Right, let's do a quick unboxing of this camera right here. Well, it's that camera. And then we're gonna go outside and test it in everyday, normal circumstances so you can have a look at what it really looks like. It's a pretty cool camera, and it's got a few tricks up its sleeve.
Right, so let's unbox the QooCam Ultra III. It comes very nicely boxed. It's got this kind of, Apple style boxing, very clean, very nice. You get all the accessories inside, a nice neoprene case for it. And this is the camera itself. It's a solid camera. You hold it in your hand and you're like, whoa, that is great. The doors have really nice locking mechanisms that make you feel very secure and safe. No water's gonna get in. And on the other side you have a similar locking mechanism for the battery. Now, putting the battery in and out is pretty simple. Putting the SD card, if you do want to use one, even though it has 100GB internal memory, is easy. Quarter 20 down below, and both lenses, which are slightly offset, but they seem to work really well. Accessories, a charger for 2 batteries, which is really nice, and you can check if the batteries are charged or not looking at the LEDs. Now, this camera does have lens protectors. You can use them if you're doing really crazy stuff, and a motorcycle mount bundle, which is very solid and nicely put together.
So, as you can see, you get a lot of cool accessories for the QooCam Ultra III. And we are outside now. We are in 8-bit, Rec 709, normal stuff, nothing crazy, but give me a minute or two and I will turn on the 10-bit HLG, the dynamic range enhancer mode, so you guys can see what that looks like and if it makes any difference to, me walking around here. Now, the crazy thing about this camera, and in fact, let me just take out my phone and quickly show you what this looks like, because it's quite impressive. This is me, right there. Now, if I tap the button, look at that. You can actually see the whole 360-degree image right there. Tell me that's not wild. I mean, that's a pretty cool addition to a 360 camera. Now, at the end of this video, we will be going and doing low light tests. And in a minute, I will also show you what this looks like compared to the Insta360 X4, which I have here, just so you have a comparison, so everything's fair. And in the evening, I will go and do some low light tests with the Ace Pro. So, Kandao. Yeah, have done a fantastic job with the QooCam Ultra III, and you can also make the selfie stick disappear like with all cameras, so we can elongate it, and I can walk around here. Obviously the audio is going to be a little bit different, and you might not be able to hear me as well, but we can get rid of the selfie stick, which is nice, and I think that's a feature all 360 cameras should have. Right now, I'm going to turn on the X4. It's also an 8K camera, but the only difference is that the Kandao has a 10-bit option in HLG 2020. So that's impressive. But when you turn it on, you don't have a preview on the screen or in the app, because they both have an app. I'm going to be honest, the Insta360 app is a little bit more advanced, a little bit easier to use. The Kandao app does need a little bit more work, but it's simple to use. You can record on it, view files, but if you want to edit stuff, you're going to have to put it in the desktop app just to edit it and, get things looking crazy in 360. So let's try out the X4 and compare them. Alright, so I now have both cameras on, and I don't know if they can see each other, but if they can, that's what they look like. They're both on 8K, they're both on 25 frames per second, they're both on 8-bit. The X4 only does 8-bit, and this is what they look like. Yeah, it feels weird holding 2 selfie sticks, but if I put them next to each other, they get all funny and freaky, so I'm not going to use a double, mount, so basically I'm holding them both together. It does feel weird. But yeah, can you see a difference between them? The Insta360 X4 obviously has a vertical screen, whereas the QooCam Ultra III has a wide screen. And you can see the whole video left to right. Both of these, you can actually, take 360 photos. You can choose the front or the rear lens, which is pretty cool. And you know, they take pretty interesting 360 video, and 360 video is going to be the most fun video I've ever seen in my life. It gives you that no care, put it wherever, frame later kind of feeling. And I do love that, especially say you could stick it on the back of the car or on your motorbike, or just hold it like I'm holding it, or even put the stick down, run around it, and it's gonna follow you wherever you go. That's a impressive feature of a 360-degree camera. Right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the Kandao QooCam Ultra III in 10-bit HLG. I won't be able to see the screen, but we're gonna check that out and see if there's any difference. There you go. That is with the dynamic range boost on, and now we're in 10-bit on the QooCam Ultra III, and we're on 8-bit on the Insta360 X4, and this is what they look like together. Now, I'm gonna do a little jump, just cool little jump, you know, from this little ledge, and you guys can see if there's any weird stuff going on. Let's have a look. Do they make any crazy kind of, you know, wobbling, jelly, any of that stuff? I don't know. What does the stabilization look like on these, and what does everything around me look like? Because I'm in a difficult situation. There are trees, there's bright sunlight, there are skies around me. How does everything look? I have no idea on the QooCam because I can't see the preview. Hopefully they will add an update so you can see what you're filming, but I'm guessing that might be overkill for the internals. So with one of the latest updates, because this is the latest firmware version from Kandao, pressing the mode button on the left hand side of the camera allows you to switch between modes, which is very, very helpful and really easy, because last time you switch it, it would turn on, but here if you press it, it will basically switch between photo, video, time-lapse, all that jazz. You have internal memory inside this thing, so you can basically press record and record away. So the sun went down about 15 minutes ago. It is starting to get dark. This is a low light comparison between the Insta360 Ace Pro and the QooCam Ultra III, obviously. This is what the city looks like at the moment. The lights are on. The sky is still this kind of blue aura kind of blue, but it's looking very, very nice. Just wait for all the bikes to come, and then we're going to cross over. Now, the Insta360 Ace Pro is running on AI, especially in this mode. This is the pure video mode, and it's a very impressive mode because it is known as the king of low light action cameras, really. They, on the screen, look pretty similar. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because one, you guys want a low light test, and two, I was so surprised when I saw the low light test on Kandao's Instagram page that I'm like, oh my god, I gotta do this. The QooCam Ultra III is a beast in low light, so let's just do this little walk around here with all the lights on so you guys can see and decide for yourselves. With this is on all auto settings, no playing around. I'm not doing anything weird. Everything's on auto, pure video on the Insta360, and that is it. But this is what they both look like, and I'm gonna tell you, the QooCam isn't looking half bad. Got some nice lights here for you guys to feast your eyes on. There you go. And here we go. So I mean, what are your thoughts right now? I mean, they're both two very, very different cameras, and comparing the Ace Pro, which is a year old, with the QooCam in low light, it's madness. But I think a lot of people want to see it, so that's what we're doing right now. We're just taking a little walk when the sun's gone down and just having a look at everything. Let's have a look at the red building. tell you, I'm looking at the screen, I'm pretty surprised. So, yeah, very surprised that a 360-degree camera, an 8K one, can do so well. Across the road is a place called Ori. They make the best, well, donuts, mochi, and right there is a mural in our city. And I think 3 minutes is just about enough of me showing you of a low light around here. You'll get the general idea. So another cool thing that Kandao has up its sleeve is wireless Bluetooth audio. So at the moment I'm using the DJI Mic 2 to walk away from the camera. The camera is upside down, so it does actually allow you to put it upside down or film upside down, and it is hanging off a post. But that means I can walk away from the audience and I can still have really good audio and talk to you guys clearly, and you can hear everything I'm saying. So that is a nice touch. Right, so now as a test I have put on the lens protectors with the lens protector option enabled, just so you guys can see, you know, if there's any difference between using it without lens protectors and using it with lens protectors. They're fairly unique because you put them on the friction base. They kind of rub around the side, you kind of put it on, twist it on a little bit, and it's on there, and it basically shouldn't come off whilst it's on there. They feel yeah, they are plastic, which, you know, means they shouldn't break too easily, and they will give your lenses a lot of protection and insurance in case it does fall down. You don't want to scratch those pretty little lenses. Right, a couple more things that we can talk about is that we do have the app, which you can see right here, and I can basically spin it around as much as I want. I'm under these flamingos. I can also press this button here, which will change it, if it will allow me, there you go, to like a sphere, to a whole 360 view, to a single view, and it will allow you to change that. The app is good, it connects really well, it's very reliable, but as for editing, like in the Insta360 app, it doesn't have too many features. You basically have export. If you do want to do anything more advanced, I would suggest using the desktop app, which works pretty well. It's pretty simple, and it will allow you to do all those keyframes and get stuff out and, you know, make life easier. When it comes to overheating, this thing is very good. It has fans inside, so you can put them on silent priority, or you can put this thing on high if you know, want it to overheat, and the fans will take care of the rest. So if you're not recording audio, then that's absolutely fine, because the fans will turn on and keep this thing going on and on and on.